All right, here you go. Optimization is finding. Man, I'm matching your donation. How much is in there?
Well, like $2.
That's sad.
Well, you didn't.
I didn't know. They just told me.
I would have.
When is this due?
Probably like today.
No, we have it.
Oh, we have a week. Bring your money.
We don't talk about it.
All right. Man, I'm matching your donation. You know, let's do this thing.
Is there like a limit that you'll match?
No, whatever you donate, I'll match.
Sure.
Yeah.
$1,000?
Huh? I'll just go sell lemonade if you're gonna donate 1,000.
It's for a good cause.
Finding the max or minimum values or min values based on models. So whatever models we're working with, and we're just gonna find the correct one. Demand equation, we're gonna start with R equals X times P, where R is the revenue.
This makes so much more sense now. I was wondering where they got that equation from.
X is the units sold. And P is, guess what? Price. Bless you. So in Scatterplot regression, right? Data, you have a line, which is easier to identify. What shape do you think this is? A parabola. So a positive parabola, very good. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Because you said it is a positive parabola. A must be positive. Should a be 0? Can a be 0? No. If a is 0, what curve is that, by the way? A line. Okay, so this one, it's still a parabola. But what's going on?
It's negative.
It is negative. So what should we define a as? Negative, less than 0. And then again, a can't be 0, okay?
We should have waited until today to do the homework.
We didn't even lecture yesterday. Okay. We spent all the time going over your homework. Here you go. Example uno. James A., can you please help me read example 1?
Example 1. The marketing department at Widgets Incorporated found that when certain widgets are sold at a price of $P per unit, the number X of widgets sold is given by the demand equation. X equals 1,500 minus 30P.
Very good. So we have 4 parts. If you don't have enough space, please use the back. A. Find a model that expresses the revenue as a function of price P. Do we know a revenue equation? Yeah? All right. A. R equals X times P. Should we box that up? Call it a day? Take a nap? Okay. No, not yet. I want revenues in terms of what? P. R of P and only P. Can I keep X? No, I may not. Can I keep P? Sure. What is X? Yeah.
That equation right there.
This problem is so nice. It gave it to you. You don't even have to do any work. All right. All right. We're going to distribute so we can box it up. So here we go. Revenues in terms of P equals 1,500P. Take away 30P squared. Now can I box it up? Take a nap?
Yes.
Yes, you can box it up. You just can't take a nap. Okay. Uh-huh.
I would accept either answer, whether it's distributed.
Yeah, I'll take that. All right, what Kingsley is saying, would you accept non-distribution? Sure. Like the one before. Okay. Part B. What is the domain of R? What am I looking for? What's P, by the way? Price, right? I'm looking for what?
Revenue.
for part B. What am I looking for? The domain of R. What does that mean?
What can you set P as where you still make an R?
Would you agree? Yeah. What can you set P as? What's the minimum P we can set? What's the lowest?
0.
Would you agree with that? Would you get any money if you said it goes to 0? No, your revenue is 0. Would that be okay sometimes? When would that be okay?
Going out of business.
You're going out of business, or at beginning, remember, when you are just starting out, most likely you're not going to have any profit. Would you agree? Why do you think some people give out free stuff? You advertise it. You're right. So the goal is to really get a lot of money, right? And another goal is to really not go in the negative. Would you agree? But sometimes you do have to give out free stuff so that way you're promoting it, okay? Especially when you're a newbie. So I can have the domain, which is letter B, starting out at 0. What is the most price, the highest price that we can set? 50. Is it right? How do you know that?
Because if you set basically P to ACA value too high, eventually the second value, 30 times P squared, will eventually become bigger than 1,500 P. So that will result in a negative value, you'll be losing money instead of gaining money.
You're right. So this is really the equation I'm looking at. Either that or that. It doesn't really matter. My goal is to gain money, but my goal is to also not lose money. So the amount 0 is the lowest I'm willing to accept. Would you guys agree with the revenue? So I can take it and set it equal to 0, the revenue. So if I set this equal to 0, I'm just going to take the factor form. Would you agree that I would have 1,500 minus 30p is the one factor? Then the other factor is p equals to 0. Can you see that? So if I solve for this, p is going to come out to be 50. So these are my two end points of the domain. So the lowest is going to be 0. The max I can set is at 50, okay? So someone said, why can't I set higher or infinite number amount? Why can't I sell stuff like much higher than that? What's the reason?
Because eventually, because of the demand that is, eventually you'll start losing money based on the price.
Yeah. If you set too high, let's say this, I don't know what this is, right? Would you buy this for like $500?
No.
Okay. You know exactly what it does. It just writes on my Surface Pro. There's a price point that you're willing to pay. After that, it's just going to sit on the shelf and it's going to go bad, right? Not bad, but no one's going to buy it, and then you're losing money because you already paid for producing it. Okay.
Previous iPhones that nobody buys anymore because they're like still $500.
Yeah. See, iPhone's expensive. I don't know what you yeah.
There's like a brick that says Supreme on it that sells for $1,000.
It just says Supreme.
Yes.
Who wrote the Supreme?
The company Supreme.
And all it does is make bricks.
No, just one of their items.
It's just a brick.
Huh. Is anyone buying it?
I did.
You did not.
Not for $1,000. I got it at retail. It retailed for like $100.
You did not buy a brick for $100.
Am I allowed to bring a brick to school?
Probably not, but I can't believe you spent $100 on a brick. All right, now I know who to go ask for donations. All right. So we got B taken care of. What is the unit price should be used to maximize revenue? This is where you bust out your calculator. We all have one, right? If you don't have a calculator, go get one, please. If your calculator's dead, go get one, please. Okay. What are we going to do with the calculator? How are we punching this in? Graph it. What are you graphing? Y equals that revenue. Pick one. Go with it. Once you have a curve, can you show it to your friend first to make sure you and your friend have the same curve? How min and X max put in? That domain, yeah. The reason why we find domain is so you can use it. Once you have the X min and X max enter, hit zoom fit, and then show your friend, hey, this is my curve. What's your curve? You can tell them my curve is better than your curve. If you need help using the calculator, please ask.
My graph.
Hey, once you and your partner have the same identical curve, answer the question. Answer both C and D.
Two vertical lines.
You don't know if you did wrong one.
No, I deleted everything and then I come back to it and it's still there. So if I delete everything in the table, this is after the actual. I guess there's only specific values like that. And what if I just put y equals
256 is quite large.
What's this from?
What is happening?
I think I was only my stat plot.
So there's the reason why we always have to have the range. So what goes there? Zoom All right. Answer both C and D, please.
I don't need the stats.
I put a line on it. You have a problem.
Oh, there it is. It's a really skinny
I've got pretty interesting parabola. Did you say so? Look, you like my parabola? It's a.
You have a curve. You have a regression in there. Hey, did you and your team talk it out? Did you answer C and D? Beautiful. Here we go. I'm going to call on you. Are you ready? Okay. Let's do this thing. Aaron, B, can you do C? To maximize the revenue, price should be set at $25. Is he right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions for Aaron? No, we're good. Let's move on. Minyup, can you please give me the answer to D? Okay. I can help you, or Chase can help you. Okay, so 18,000. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the rest. 750, like that. Someone confirm?
Yeah.
Even though those are two questions, do you have to do anything more than once? No, right? They're both at the same spot. Would you agree? Once is X and one's Y.
On text, do you want us to write out the
If it's a word problem, for sure. Okay, here we go. Example dos. A farmer has 1,600 yards of fence to enclose a rectangular field. What are the dimensions of the rectangular that encloses the most area? What do you do? Yes. What equation would you like to make? Area sounds like a good idea. Area equal length times width. They gave you a nice picture here. So can I just use the variable that's already given to us? C. It's x times w. Remember, your goal is to find the dimension of the rectangle that will give me the largest area possible. And as a farmer, obviously, I want to produce the most crop, right? Yep.
And then you want to see what the parameter of 2 times w plus 2x equals 1600.
Oh. How do you know to set the perimeter equals to 1600?
Because it says that it has 1600 yards of fence.
Would you agree? Yes. Awesome. Beautiful. I'm interested in the largest area. I'm sorry, dimension that will give me the largest area. So now what?
You might have to make a system of equations.
Okay. For the area, you can make it in terms of x, or you can make it in terms of w. Which one do you want to use? X. Oh, you know, it's so funny. You're like the second class that picked the same thing. Do we just like x because x is what we always use? Okay. So a of x is, I can keep x, right? I need to get rid of w and replace it with something.
Solve the perimeter equation for w.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. Can I move 2x to both sides? Well, thank you. Divide each and every 2 by w is going to come out to be 800. Take away x. Then I will substitute that back in here. Right, class? You can keep it as is. I will also take the distribution. It's really up to you. But I'm really not interested in the equation. What is my goal? Optimal, right? Farming area. Now what? Can I bust out my calculator?
Yes.
Yes, bust out your calculator.
The only way you can do this is with a calculator.
No, you can do it in your head. But I figure you might want to use a calculator. Hey, when I say you can use a calculator, you don't have to. You know, you can sit there and calculate all this on your own. Who am I to judge? The dimensions are something by something. And give me the correct unit of measurement. Why don't you and your partner work it out, share answers, and I'm just going to randomly call one of us, okay? Oh yeah, do we know the domain of this? What's the smallest domain? 0. Very good. What's the largest domain? 800. Couldn't I just set the area equals 0? Right? What happens when you set the area equals 0? Then I don't, but that's okay because I'm really looking for the extreme part of it, right? So. So you and your partner, compare.
I'm still trying to find the math.
That's not always the case. Yeah. All right, Nick, did you and Jack come up with an answer? You did not? Jack, did you come up with an answer? Okay. It's okay. Let him work it out. Give him a second. Do you guys need help? Did you put in X min and X max, Nick?
Raise the y max by y.
Kay, did you come up with an answer? 400 by 400. Kay said 400 by 400. Is that right?
Yeah.
400 yards, right, class? Okay, so it's 400 yards by 400 yards. It's the dimension that will give me the biggest area. It didn't ask on this, but what is the largest area?
16.
But isn't it just on the calculator? Isn't it just the y value on the calculator? Yeah. You have a question for me, Marley?
How'd you solve for that?
Did you put the equation in the calculator?
Yeah.
Did you trade for the max?
I did.
And what did you get when you traded for the max?
You had 400 and then 16. So would it just be 400 is both sides?
Not always. Remember, x in this one, Marley, is this, right?
Oh, would you just plug it back into the equation to find the other value?
Right. If x is 400, the whole thing is 1600. So you have to find what the w is. Not always. Be careful. Guys, class, this is a warning. Not always that the answer comes out to be exactly the same on both length and width. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. Moving on to example tris.
And then you plug it all the way back into the original area formula, which was just A equals XW.
So you can put it in the area because on the y on your calculator it gives you area equals 16,000, right? So you can take 16,000 divided by x, it will give you w, or you can plug it back to the perimeter equation and then solve for w that way as well.
Okay.
All right, y'all, here we go. Nathaniel, can you help me read example 3 question, please?
A projectile is fired from a cliff 500 feet above the water at an inclination of 45 degrees to the horizontal with a muzzle velocity of 400 feet per second. In physics, it is established that the height h of the projectile above the water is given by h of x equals negative 32x squared over 400 squared plus x plus 500, where x is the horizontal distance of the projectile from the base of the cliff.
Beautiful. Good job. Thank you. Yes.
Are we going to have to memorize that equation? Or
No, you don't need to right now. Right now, you're just given the equation. Your job is to decode it. In second semester, you'll make your own equation. Okay.
But on the test?
On the test, you're just giving equations just like that.
Okay.
Okay, you're at a cliff that's how high up, guys? 500 feet. So here you are, okay? You're finding something, okay? Does that look about right? Yeah. Oh, okay. So the question is, find the maximum height of the projectile. Do you want to do it with calculator or without calculator? Sure. What do you do with the calc? Plug it in and find what? The max. You and your partner, do it. You and your partner need to determine the correct window for it, okay? We are in feet, okay.
It doesn't have the fancy functions.
Mess around with the window. See what the best window. What is the x min? X min should be what? 0. All right. Now x max is really up to you and your partner to decide. When you get a handsome looking curve like that with the window that you are about to
400
decide.
squared is just like 16,000.
Correct. But if it's big numbers like this, I don't care what you say. Did anyone decipher the window yet?
Oh. Hey now. You're a little. I mean, it starts at 500, so it's gotta go redundant.
What's x-min on our domain? 0. Beautiful, right? What's x-max on the window? 5,000? Nice. Once you have x-min and x-max, hit zoom and zoom fit to see if you get a nice parabola. Then do your work. Compare your answers, please, because that way when I call on you, you're ready to go.
Why is it below the x-axis? Below?
Once you hit put in x-min and x-max, zoom fit. Do window range. Don't fix your y. Leave the y alone.
I know what the max is.
Well, what's the window? Probably 10,000. Do you hit zoom fit after?
No.
There you go.
It's not blowing exactly.
Get one?
No, it's just there's a line.
For this one, the furthest thing that's going to go is when y is 0. That's when Mr. Shoe is coming up. And then 0. Yeah.
What was your guys' thing?
Did you trace? Oh, well, this is an educated guess. So what's happening is when you're starting here, right? So this x is 0, goes always. The largest x is going to happen when it hits the water. When it hits the water, y has to be 0, right? So y is 0, what happens when you try to solve for x? It's really big numbers. It has to be within 500, right? But in mind that we also have that over. So they're just guessing. I would start putting in 500 and then anything keep on increasing. So. Oh, dang it. Isabella M., can you help me enter in this 12-digit code? Okay, 2531. 1834. 636327. Thank you. Hit connect. Thanks, Isabel. All right, maximum height is, here we go. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, Carolyn N., what is the max height? 7,000? Sorry, I have to erase. Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to erase. What is it again? 1,750, like that? Is that right?
Yes.
Going once, going twice, someone disagree? Beautiful. Can I also solve D? What do you do on D? Calculate the 0. You're right. Find 0. Where is this thing called 0 on your calculator? Second? Number 2. Second calc. Okay, number 2. It says 0. All right. So, it strikes water when?
5,458.04.
Okay. 5,000. Whoa, slowly. One more time, Ben.
5,458.
58.04
Oh, I got point.
feet.
Do you want us to go past the decimal point? Because I got 0.3.
0.3?
Yeah.
0.04 and 0.3 are kind of different though. 0.03 you mean?
I got
0.034, 0.039,
Huh?
0.099.
Right. 0.3 and 0.04.
Zero.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, I can have 0.39 something. Okay. All right, move on. 2 more problems, so we can call it a day. Golden Gate Bridge. Here we go. Justin F., can you help me read, please?
The Golden Gate Bridge suspension bridge spans the entrance to San Francisco Bay. Its 746-foot tall towers are 4,200 feet apart. The bridge is suspended from 2 huge cables more than 3 feet in diameter. The 90-foot wide roadway is 220 feet above the water. The cables are parabolic in shape and touch the road surface at the center of the bridge. Find the height of the cable at a distance of 1,000 feet from the center.
Perfect. Okay, so they give you this parabolic shape. The center is right in the middle, is when the cable is touching the ground, I'm assuming. Am I right? Okay. They give you the vertex at 0, 0. Now it says find the height of the cable when you walk 1,000 feet away from the center. So would you agree that this is the part that I'm looking for? That yellow piece. Okay. So this one, it doesn't say find the height from the water or find the height from the bridge. Which one do you want to decide? Find the height from the water or find the height just from the bridge? Just from the bridge? Okay. So keep that in mind that, hey, we're looking for the height from the bridge. You can also, when a problem that's unclear like this, you can also say that this is the height from the water. So you can add on 220 feet if you wish. Okay. What shape is that cable? Huh?
Take that as correct.
Yep. Okay. What shape is this? Okay, so you have 2 choices for the parabola. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, or y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, where the vertex is h comma. Okay, all right. We definitely need to form an equation for this parabolic shape. Which equation it's easier for us to use? The second one, because the vertex is what? The vertex for this problem is 0, 0. Okay, from here. Because it's 0, 0, would you agree that h is gone and k is gone? Then I'm just going to have a times x squared, right? I need to find a. I need to solve for a. How do we solve for a? Do we have more information? Right. Pick any other point. You can pick positive, negative, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pick positive just because I don't have to write that extra negative sign. Is that okay? What do I do with that extra point? Plug it in. Y is 526 equals a times 2100 squared. Divide both sides by, leave the 2100 squared as 2100 squared. You don't need to punch it in. It's going to give you really big numbers, and there's no need for that, okay? So a is going to come out to be 526 divided by 2100 squared. Okay. Now I'm going to write my equation. Y equals 526 divided by 2100 squared times x squared. Am I done? No, I'm interested in finding the height of the cable at a distance of 1,000 feet from the center. Bless you, dear. What do?
We graph it out, and then on our calculators, we do 1,000 feet away from the origin. We find out what the y value is.
Okay, you can graph it out. And the second calc has a thing called value. Can you guys remember this? And can you plug in 1,000? Well, can I just plug in 1,000 manually?
Yeah.
Won't that be easier?
Yes.
Sometimes it's easier. Here we go. X equals 1,000. Y equals 526 divided by 2100 squared times 1,000 squared. Now just punching a calculator spits out a value. Sometimes graphing is easy. Sometimes just, doing basic calculation with the calculator is easy. Okay. Whoa, slowly. One what?
119.27 feet.
119, okay. 119.27 feet is the height from the bridge. Okay. Someone confirm? Yes. Okay. Yes, you can totally graph it out. There's nothing wrong with graphing it out. But sometimes plugging it in, doing some basic math is easier. Last problem of the unit. Yes?
I'm gonna say, is it standard to just round to the 100th place that doesn't specify?
Yeah, I say rule of them is 2 to 3 if it doesn't say. I'm not going to mark it wrong if it doesn't state. Okay. Last problem. Here we go. Another farmer. There's a lot of farmers in here. A farmer collected the data given in table 3. Whoa, 3 columns. The table said there's a plot. How many plots do we have total? 18 plots, okay. And we are dealing with the fertilizer and how many bushels it yields. So here we go. A farmer collected data given table 3, which shows crop yields, which is Y, for various amounts of fertilizer used, which is X. With a graphing utility, draw a scatter diagram of the data. Do we know how?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Tell me what to press. Stat. What happened after stat? Edit. You see the button edit? Hit enter. I need you to check. Do you have an L1 class, an L2 in your list? Yes. What do you have to have in L1? In L1, what do you have to have? X, inputs, okay? What do you have to have in L2? Y. So you have to decide which one's X, which one's Y, if it doesn't state. All right, punch it in. All 18 pieces. Do I do anything with a plot? Plot, do I do anything? Do I use plot at all in the list? Do I? Do I enter the plots at all? No, leave the numbers 1 to 18 alone. Just enter in inputs and outputs. Once you have it all in, where do you go? So that way it will show you all of these data on the calculator. Go back to Y equals and highlight plot number 1. And then hit zoom and zoom. Zoom what? Zoom. Stats, you're right. We're doing stats, so. Once you have it all, enter. If you're trying to graph it and it says like error or dimension, that means you're entering in incorrect data. So just go back and double check. You're definitely going to have a scatter plot on the upcoming exam to make sure you know how to use all buttons. You know what? Once it's in, it's zoom stats, okay? If you don't see anything, please raise your hand so we can help you. Okay.
This is like a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Highlight the plot.
It's Brady said that there's like a way to insert the numbers, but that actually is only the numbers. I'd like to do a list.
All right, comment on some type of relation that may exist between the two variables. What type of relation? Okay. Well, you don't do graph yet. Pick Y equals. So highlight plot 1. Enter. And then zoom stats.
I don't know. You just did it wrong.
Okay, so we said comment on the relationship. What kind? Linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic? Quadratic. Use a graphing utility to find the quadratic function of best fit. Woo! All right. Where do we go? Where do we go to find the best fit function? Stats again. And go where? Calc. And go where? Quad, okay? If it's linear, you go to linear. In this case, it says quad, okay? And give it to me. All decimals. Here we go. Y equals. All decimals. What's A? Negative 0. Whoa, slow down, Ben. I just got the negative 0.
Negative 0.017121212.
Ooh, x squared. Plus, what's b?
1.0765
1.0765.
15152.
15152. Plus c.
3.8939393934.
Thank you. Woo! In Algebra 2 trig, did you learn how to input this whole thing into y equals? We did. All right. If you did, go for it. If you don't, type it all in. Okay? Use the function found in part B to determine the optimal amount of fertilizer. All right, type it in. If you don't remember how to import, if you know how to import it into y equals. Ben?
Wasn't that the whole thing where it's like stat or like in the count thing, go to store random EQ.
And then y1 or y2.
Y bars, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
And it should line up pretty nicely with the dot that you have. And then find the maximum and answer question C for me. How much fertilizer do we need to use so that we get the most crop yield? The optimal amount of fertilizer to apply is. Right now, just type it in, because that's going to take a little bit to explain.
So you have it in so you go to stat, you before you calculate, the store regular equation, even variables, function like y1.
Yeah. Oh, because the formula is x squared.
Where's y1 in the calculator? What about
That's a nice one. It's bars, y bars.
Oh, sure. Because I don't do it. Can someone give me the answer to C? What's the optimal amount of fertilizer, Ben dear?
31.44, so
31.44. So that's fertilizer is measured in pounds for every 100 feet square.
Yep.
LB for every 100 feet square. Okay. Then using the same part, okay, how much crop was yield if we use that amount of fertilizer? So how many bushels were yield? 20.32 bushels. 82? Like that? Okay. Okay. And then let's draw or sketch it out. What is X? What is Y? X is fertilizer. Y is bushels. Did it look like a quadratic, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah? It starts at 0 up 4. Okay, so 0, 4. So. Okay. Any questions? Anybody does not know how to use calculator, so I can help you.